Hi again, Maxwellians. I just made that up. Today I'm going to have a look at the back axle, take the wheel off and see what's going on there, do the bearings again, and further enlighten myself as to how this car works. Right, I won't bore you with taking the wheel off. I'll take the nuts off here while it's on the ground, jack it up, and then take the wheel off. Right, what we have here is a brake drum. And the brake is off and it's just rotating. Now, how do you take this off? If I slide it out of there, will it fall into bits that I won't know how to put it back together again? This is where a workshop manual would be handy. Okay, that has a key at the bottom of it. So I might need a wheel puller for that, I'm guessing. So when I've worked that out, I'll come back. So this is what the manual says. Jack up the rear wheels, remove hubcap, hub flange and rear axle nut. Okay. Pull rear wheel and hub. So if I'd left the wheel on there, probably might have been able to pull that off. Remove 6 bolts and nuts which secure the brake dust shield to the housing. Pull out shaft with bearing and dust shield assembled. So, having spoken to some other guys during the last weekend actually, one of them said what they have done in the past is to put the wheel on and bash the tyre. So you don't bash the rim, you bash the tyre, and with a big sledge, and that may crack it. So that's the next thing we're going to try. I'll try the 5-pound hammer first. So we're up on stand, just off the ground. Otherwise I need to get my big sledge. Something's happened, it's not screwing up any tighter. Okay, I'm back. It's a crappy day here today, you can probably hear the rain. So, I tried various things to get the wheel off, most of them unsuccessful. With the nut on, I tried heat. I spoke to an old mechanic and he said bash the wheel with a 10-pound hammer. So I tried that, bash the tyre, and apparently it'll pop off. No. If I was able to get around the back of it, it may have been more successful. But in the end, a friend of mine had one of these 3-claw pullers, and there's nothing to attach it to in the normal sense, so I had to make up some little angle brackets with a hole in it. These could then fit in to the hole. With a little bit of pressure on that in the axle, just tighten this up, and giving the tyre a whack, it just popped off. So I'm thinking that hitting the tyre from the back would probably work. It's just that I'm not inclined to get in there, it's too tight for me. So working on it from the front was the easiest way for me. So they're just some bit of angle. It's from an old bed frame actually. I just cut and drilled. And pull the wheel and hub off, which is what they said. And it just comes off magically. Okay, now I undid the brakes previously just so that I could actually see what was going on with the brake drum. As you take that off, there's a felt pad between the wheel and the This is a dust cover that's separate, so I don't know what this is at that stage, at this stage. So I'll undo these 6 nuts at the back here, and we should be able to take that backing plate off, which will take the brakes with it, I think. So there should be a cable, and we've got a rod here onto an actuator. And there's a spring back there to keep it taut. Okay, come back soon. Pull out shaft with bearing and dust shield assembly. Here we go again. Okay, that's the dust shield on the brake, and take that spring off. Cotter pin. Cotter pin and a washer on the end of this shaft which the spring sits on. Okay. Now, does this come out? Just one piece. Screw off. Almost looks like there's a thread there. Is coming. Hope I'm doing the right thing here. There you go. Oh, one axle. The bearing race is fine. A little bit of light on this. Okay, so the bearing is captive up there. Must be able to get that out, obviously. I'm not going to, I'm just going to, it looks greased up. Some felt in there against the shaft too, by the looks of things. I'm just going to put some more grease on that and put it in. I suspect in that case that the other side will be fine. Okay. Get some grease on my finger. Don't think I'm getting any more in there than already there. More the merrier. Okay, nothing more to do. Put it back. Just clean some of that away and put some new stuff there. It probably doesn't need it because there's plenty on the bearing. Okay. Okay. Take these gloves off. That's where those bolts were. So they're a round head with one side flattened. Must remember how it goes back. These rivets were horizontal. Okay, not quite lined up. Get off again. Right. That's better. Find the others that fell out. There's always one. Here it is. I don't know if these were torqued up or whatever, they were on pretty tightly. I don't have a torque wrench. Now, that's obviously not in far enough. Because I couldn't get the nut started. Try again. It's better. I won't bore you with putting these back on. I'm just reassembling now anyway. So those bolts are on. I can now put the wheel back on. This felt pad goes in there. The wheel is keyed. Keyway's around here at this stage. Yeah, no, can't turn that. So these bolts go through the flange that is on the axle housing. So that's what keeps the wheel from coming off. So I'm guessing they're pretty important. Okay, wheel to go back on. I nearly forgot to put that spring back on. I had to work out which way the brakes went around. So that's the brake actuator here is back on the rod. Need to put the old washer back on, just rubbed on some wet and dry to make it look nice. And nice new cotter pin. Okay, just looking at the brakes for a moment, you can see that what we have here is the rod connected to this actuator. Gets down here. That will then move downwards, push this pin up and pull that bit down, and it will pull the shoes together. Now on the other side, get some light in there. We have a central pivot here, and the end of each shoe is connected to a threaded rod and with a bolt on it, a nut on each side, and that way you can pull the shoes in or push them out, and it should be in a position so that you can just turn the wheel. So what you do is tighten them up until you can't, rotate the wheel, and then just loosen it off a couple of turns until you can turn it. Notice here I've got a nail. It seems to be a nail that's cut off on this side. So I'm going to put a cotter pin in there and replace that. This tape was just so when I took the wheel off, I knew where it was adjusted to, and I've put it back where it was. So I was thinking, as I go to put this wheel back on, there's quite a bit of damage to the paint around here where this fits. There shouldn't be any reason why one couldn't put some sort of a gasket there, as long as it was something that could crush, like leather. I wouldn't put rubber because that just go all sticky and get stuck to both surfaces. But I don't have any, otherwise I would put some on and see how it goes. By the same token, when one puts these nuts on, you get quite a bit of damage to the paint here. So I can't see any reason why you can't put a washer on there, because the nuts are not tapered in any way. They're just nuts. As long as that, you tighten that up tight, I can't see any reason why you can't do that. We'll find out. Shouldn't be any problem unless the nuts stick out and the cover won't fit on. Can't see any problem with doing that. Okay, that doesn't work. There's still a couple of threads left on the nut once they're tightened up, so I'd prefer to have all the threads engaged. So in theory it would work if it's a very thin washer, which I'll have a look for, maybe a copper washer or something. I'll see how I go with that. I don't have a copper washer anywhere near the right size, so for now they're just going back on as they were, and some stage I will experiment with the with a washer, a thin washer, some sort of a shim or something like that. This puller that I used is probably one of the cheapest you can buy. Still provided enough force to get that wheel off that hub.